I'd love to talk a little bit about your personal career. One of my favorite stories is that while you were at Harvard, you had a professor that said, maybe don't go into math, and then you majored in economics.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yes, in the freshman year at Harvard, you're supposed to declare your major. And I was thinking about government and I was thinking about economics. And Ec 10 is the course that all the freshmen take if you're interested in economics. And I had a tough time with some of the concepts there, but I ended up doing well in the course, but it was a hard road. So I went to the tutor that was responsible for my section in that course, and he said, whatever you do, don't major in economics because you can't think. Well, and I have to tell you, I'm negatively motivated. So when you tell me I can't do something, I'm all over it. So I went right over to the freshman dean's office and I declared economics and government at that time as my major. Yes.
That's fantastic. And then you said, this negative motivation, it carried you through.
Oh, absolutely.
Morgan Stanley as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one of those things that sort of pushes you when people say that you really can't do it. And one of my favorite moments going back to college was when I found out that I was graduating magna cum laude in economics. This guy was still there getting his PhD, and I found him in the economics library and said, thank you very much. I'm marching tomorrow, magna cum laude in economics. Thank you for the motivation. So the moral of that story is never let anybody else count you out. If you think you can do it, keep your foot on the gas. Don't look left, don't look right, look straight ahead and keep going. Maybe you'll get there, maybe you won't, but you'll have the satisfaction of knowing you gave your best to try.
You've spoken before saying that, you looked at being a minority and being a woman as not an insurmountable challenge as you were coming up. Mm-hmm. In retrospect, does it seem like, it was a big deal or not?
No, I would say, and I always say to women today, don't feel intimidated if you're the only woman in the room, and certainly don't feel intimidated if you're the only woman of color in the room. You frankly have an advantage, because if you're the only one in the room, all eyes will be on you, make no mistake. And so that gives you a ready audience. All you have to do is deliver.
That's a big ask, though.
Well, you're going to deliver anyway. You
yeah.
came into the room ready to deliver, right? So deliver.
Yeah.
Right? And they're paying attention. You will have an impact because you're not an also-ran. You're not like everybody else around that table. The other thing I say is don't forget your voice. Your voice is at the heart of your power, right? When you submerge your voice, you become irrelevant. So if you want to make sure that you recognize your power and that you're seen in that room, you have to exercise your voice. And the third thing I will say is that if you have been invited into the room, you're supposed to be in the room. So own that. And you have a responsibility to contribute.
I think that is great advice.